This is the only video you need to finally to be able to do any makeup on your face. Keep watching. Hello, my name is Reina. I'm a full-time beauty influencer for more than 6 years, and for all these years I was struggling to find the perfect makeup formula. 6 years ago I did not even know the names of the products like contouring, corrector, foundation, nothing, and now I'm filming videos, makeup videos for the biggest companies in the world like Gucci, L'Oreal, Maybelline, Clarins, MAC, and a lot of more. I wish someone would show me video like this 6 years ago, so I would not make so many mistakes, I would not have so many insecurities, and would not be worrying so much that something is wrong with me and my hands and my face and everything. Today we're gonna talk about makeup from new perspective that's gonna change all your thoughts about makeup that you have. As a beauty influencer, I was getting a lot of hate comments during my career about me doing something wrong. And from the beginning, I was scared to do something wrong because I kind of did not know that there is no complete rules that you can't break. There is certain rules like a guidelines that you can follow, but it doesn't mean that if you go a little bit right, a little bit left, your makeup will be ruined. It's not. So don't be scared to do mistakes and experimenting with your face. Makeup is not to hide your imperfections, it's to make you feel more comfortable. It's okay to have textured skin, it's okay to have pimples, and it's okay to look gorgeous and beautiful with your pimples and acne. What we're accustomed to see in the internet is a perfect picture of makeup that doesn't exist, because perfect is perfect because it's not achievable. Don't put 5 layers of foundation to hide your pimples like doing beauty bloggers, which leads us to next myth. Whatever you see beauty bloggers doing on camera, most of the time you can't apply it in real life. Most of beauty bloggers recording with huge amount of light, which eating half of makeup. Usually beauty influencers applying huge layers of makeup so it will look brighter and more interesting on the camera. Most of eye makeup that you see looking pretty good on camera will not good in real life at all. By the way, I'm always trying to make makeups that look good on camera and in real life, and I'm recording with natural light, so you will see how it's actually looking without all this like bright lighting. Don't push yourself to do trends if it doesn't look good for you. There's a lot of girls that still using trends from 2018 and they still look gorgeous. You don't always need to be on trend, you need to feel comfortable and beautiful with your makeup. The first and the basic thing that you need to do when you started learning about your makeup, or maybe creating new makeup, new daily makeup for yourself, is analyzing your face. So what you need to understand that makeup can do whatever to your face. It can completely change of your face, because makeup is shadows highlights game. Using shadows and highlights and your face as a paper, you can basically draw a new face on yourself. You don't need to, but you can. How does it work? Our eyes are accustomed to see things certain way. Something that darker, we subconsciously thinking that this is more far away. Something that brighter, we subconsciously thinking that this is very close. Something that colder, we subconsciously thinking that this is far away. Something that warmer, we subconsciously thinking that this is close. This is basic rules of drawing. If you went to art school, you know all these rules. That's why it's so easy for people who learned how to draw on the paper to actually do makeup, because this is basically the same process. I will give you an example. If you have a little mountain, I just don't know how to say it in English. If you have a little mountain on your nose, what can you do? According to this like shadow highlight theory, you want this part to be a little more down and this part be a little more up. So what you do, you're shadowing this part a little bit and highlighting this part a little bit more. That's where you balancing everything and making your nose more flat. Of course, you don't make these huge spots. It doesn't mean that if you put huge dark spot on your nose, it's gonna look good. No, it's supposed to be very light. It's like barely touching with your brush your nose. The same like you're doing with paintings. And the same with your hooded eyes. If you have hooded eyes, this part of your eye is kind of popping up. That's why it's hooded. It's like on top. It's way too front, and you want to make it a little back. That's why we put in shadow on this part. That's why this part of the eye look more deep and doesn't look so hooded anymore. It goes with everything. We want to make our cheekbones more defined. We put contouring right here, shadow in this part, and putting highlighter right here, like highlighting this part and making it a little more popping. So basically what you need to do before starting your makeup is analyze your face and see what you wanna put back, what you want to put front. The best way to analyze and understand your face is to look to yourself through black and white mode. That way you will not see any colors, they will not distract you, you will only see highlights and shadows. The most important step of makeup. You might think it's eye makeup or foundation, but it's not. It's your skin preparation before makeup. If you don't prepare your face properly, your foundation gonna apply like this, and we don't want this. Doesn't matter what skin type you have. If you have dry skin, if you have normal skin, or if you have oily skin. Basically, when you're moisturizing your skin, you're repairing your lipid barrier on your skin. And I know that people with dry and normal skin, they would not question this step, but people with oily skin would say like, my skin already so shiny, why would I need to moisturize it even more? So here's the thing, why your skin is actually producing oil, because your brain giving signals to your skin that your skin is not oily enough, is not moistured enough, and you need more and more oil. That's why your skin is producing this extra sebum to moisturize your skin even more. If you moisturizing your skin yourself and helping your skin, it stop producing so much oil. So if you want your makeup to stay longer on oily skin without moving so much, you should definitely start moisturizing skin before. And the same for dry skin. If you don't want your makeup cracking in 1 hour already after applying, you should definitely prepare your skin. I put 2 or 3 layers of moisturizing before applying my makeup. My skin is something between dry and normal, and I feel that 1 layer of moisturizing is not enough for me. There's 2 signs to understand what is enough for your skin. It doesn't need to be over moistured, because if you're gonna have extra product on your face, your foundation not gonna blend properly to your skin, and it's gonna mix with this like extra product on your face, and everything will be ruined. Perfect situation when your skin is moistured enough, but at the same time it's dry, kind of dry, and a little bit sticky, but you don't feel that it's wet. There's no extra product on your face. Let's move to the foundation. This is the easiest step, especially after preparing your skin. There's 3 ways to apply your foundation: brush, beauty blender, and your fingers. If you want perfect smooth application, it's definitely gonna be a beauty blender, but you have to keep in mind the beauty blender absorbing a lot of foundation, a lot of product, and you're gonna waste a lot of product for nothing. Brush is absorbing product less, but you kind of need to get accustomed, because when you're applying product with brush, it can leave streaks, and you need to know how to deal with these streaks. And another tool is your hands, completely free, very easy to apply, because you kind of can control more the process, and they're not absorbing product at all. The only problem, if you're a piggy like me, you're probably gonna make everything around dirty with those hands that covered with foundation. I prefer to use brush, again, because I don't want to make everything around dirty, and for me it's very fast application. If I want perfect skin, then I apply and everything with beauty blender. How to choose foundation. This is completely on you. Usually girls with dry skin prefer moisturized foundation to hide this dryness of the skin, and usually girls with oily skin prefer matte foundation to hide this oiliness. Full coverage, not full coverage. Do you need your foundation to be lasting whole day, or you're using this foundation only for a couple hours? It all about your life, and only you can decide what foundation you can choose for yourself. I always suggest to find an influencer with similar to your skin type, so you will always see how these foundations looks on their skin types, and will kind of have an idea how it might look on your skin. Because if you're gonna watch influencers with oily skin and your skin is dry, you can't believe their advice. They have completely different skin, and whatever is working for them definitely not gonna work for you. After foundation, we go into our face correction, which is contouring, highlighting, and blushing. There are two types of products: cream products and blush products. Again, everything depends on your skin type and your preferences. That's why in the beginning I said that you definitely 100% need to know what exactly do you want for your face and what base you have to start working with. I like cream products because I like glowing skin. I like my face not to be super powdery because again I have dry skin, and in a couple hours if I put a lot of powder on my face it's gonna start cracking. If you have oily skin, you definitely probably gonna be preferring powder product, or you can combine both, applying cream contouring and then setting everything with powder contouring. This way it will be brighter and definitely more stateable. It will definitely not gonna go away. A lot of people scared of cream contouring, cream blush, and cream highlighter because they feeling it's harder to apply them, but it's not. It's actually so much easier because when you're applying your wet foundation and, for example, applying the cream contouring on top, let's say you put it too much. What you can do, first of all, you can try to blend it a little more and remove product back to the brush. But second option, you just taking your brush that you used for foundation and you going a little bit over. That's it. You kind of can control cream products more. If you put some stains, you can easily remove them with another wet brush with concealer or foundation or just with clean brush. But if you put the stain with dry powder contouring, you're not gonna do anything. Your powder contouring will stick to wet foundation and it will be impossible to move it. Only just go like wet wipes and remove it completely. Powder products blending better on top of powder. Cream products blending better on top of cream. Why do we even need to correct our face after applying foundation? When we're applying foundation on our face, we kind of removing everything that was making our face more defined visually, because our face becoming super flat, and we kind of need to put these shadows back and bring this face more alive. You don't need to do this, it's not necessary. Just if you want to make your face a little more defined, that's when you put in like more correction and more highlighting. Now, where to apply your correction? I will show everything on cream products because, how I told you, I really like cream product. A lot of people think that they can just contour a little bit right here and this is completely enough, which is so not true. If you apply your contouring just under your cheekbones, it looks a little bit out of this world because when you apply contouring, you're kind of turning back all shadows that was on your face, and if you have shadows only here, this looks a little bit weird. So if you're applying contouring, you kind of need to apply it almost everywhere on your face. So where is usually shadows on our face? First, of course, it's this under cheekbone. How to find it? You make your lips like this and you find this little hole under your cheekbone. So this is the start point of your correction, and then you're moving it up to the top of your ear, right here. After what we do, we apply the parallel line right here from the corner of your eyes to your head. This way your face lifting, and if you have hooded eyes, this is the perfect way to correct. When I'm applying this line, I'm blending it up and not down, and everything the same with another side. I usually apply product on my hand, then I blend my brush right here, and then only applying on my face to make sure there's no extra product and I'm not gonna leave any stains. The shadow under the jawline usually is dark enough, so if you don't want to correct it, you don't need to. But if you want to correct your little double chin, you can just go right here, and again, how you see right here, why we see double chin? Because it's lighter than the shadow, and we kind of want to darken this area to make it less noticeable. You don't need every time contour your nose. I don't like contouring my nose, for example. You can contour a little bit this area just to add a little shadow, and everything would look put together. If you want to contour your nose, remember again, everything is about shadows and highlights. Everything you want to put back, you applying shadows there. Everything you want to put front, you applying highlighter. For example, if your nose is too wide and you wanna hide these areas, you just make it darker. Remember, you should blend it properly to not have any strict lines. Where to apply blush? You probably would ask, what do you mean where to apply blush? Obviously on your cheek. This is not completely true. What do we do when we applying blush on our face? First of all, we getting back life to our face. We just covered all our face with bunch of products, and we want our face don't look like a doll or mannequin. Again, if you want your face look like this, that's your way to go. Don't use blush at all. But if you want to look like a real human, you should definitely have a blush. Blush is kind of returning blood circulation to our face. And when you're getting this blood circulation on your face, you're not only getting it on your cheek. I like to use cream blush. Sometimes I use lipstick even for this. With lipstick, it's way more comfortable for me. I'm applying blush on the border of the contouring. It's kind of something that helping contour to blend even more to your skin color. It's a little higher than contouring, and it's good smooth transition to your skin. This is the most basic application of blush. Of course, there's a bunch of different options. You can apply it under your eyes, on your nose, and a lot of different variations. I'm just showing you basic version. It does look like makeup, but it doesn't look so realistic. We don't have in real life the blood circulation just on this spot. That's why we should apply blush a little bit on other areas too. Right here, which is also a little border with our contouring. And I also like to put right here, just a little bit. This way you look super fresh, super alive. You can put a little bit like on the tip of your nose. Ta-da! But don't apply your blush only on your cheekbones. Apply it everywhere to make sure your face look all put together and more realistic. Where to apply highlighter? Obviously to the spots that you want to pop, that you want people see more. There's something that we wanna bring attention to. Usually is cheekbones, because we want them to be more defined and we want our face structure to be more defined. Usually it's a little corners of their eye to bring it a little bit in front, and our nose. I don't apply highlighter under my brows because I have very thick hairs on my eyebrows, and when I apply highlighter it's kind of touching my hairs and it just like looks very messy and I don't like it. It just brings people attention to this a little messy place. That's another thing. Don't apply your highlighter to the places where you don't want to bring attention of people. Lately I'm not applying my highlighter even to my cheekbones because I have a little pimples right here. And when I'm applying highlighter, this texture becoming more noticeable and more like it's bringing more attention. Like, look, I have pimples. I like to use dry highlighter because I like super shine, and the shiniest way to apply highlighter is applying dry highlighter on wet skin. Right now my skin is still wet. I did not apply any powder. I'm gonna take a little brush and contour my nose. What I'm doing with my nose, the way of contouring is not only about shadowing things, it's also about highlighting things. So I'm kind of highlighting the tip of my nose, so it will start looking that my tip of the nose a little upper, and I'm also highlighting the little bridge right here. So right now visually this is the highest point of my face, and all other nose become in one big shadow. Kind of don't need to apply contouring because I already defined my nose with highlighter. And the last step of the face makeup is powder. There is two types of powder, pressed powder and loose powder. If you're just starting, I would recommend you to use loose powder. Why? Basically, when companies creating pressed powder, they put in special ingredient there that pressing this powder together, that making little powder particles glue to each other so they would be able to stay in this like pressed condition. Why does it matter? Because when we're applying powder on our face, we're applying one layer and then another layer and then third layer and fourth layer and fifth layer, and all these particles will be always gluing together, and it's very easy to get over and make your face look cakey, especially if you're using powder during the day, and all these like particles, they will not fall apart, they will just always stick with each other and your face will become more and more cakier and cakier. It's really good and comfortable to carry with you, but if you're not so confident about makeup, you shouldn't use pressed powder. So what's happening when you're using loose powder? The particles is not sticking to each other, so when you're applying the first layer of powder, it's not gonna stay like this. You're just gonna remove everything with the brush, and no matter how many layers you will apply, your skin will not take more than it needs because it doesn't have the sticky ingredient and particles will not stick to each other, so all the extra product will be easily removed with the brush. That's why people like to use the loose powder for baking, because you're applying all this powder and your skin is never gonna get more than it's actually need. Again, if you like super mattifying look, you can apply blush over your face. I don't like doing this. Only thing I would recommend you is always covering with powder this zone of eyes, because this is the most moving area. The product is moving a lot here, so it's better to set it down so it wouldn't crease and it wouldn't move around. Let's talk about brows. For some people, this is the easiest topic. For some people, this is the hardest topic. I'm the one for who it's super easy because I got lucky to get very white, hairy brows. All I need to do basically is cover them with clear gel and that's it. Not everybody lucky like this, and here you need to find your way of creating brows. There is three the most popular techniques right now. First is how I already said, is just applying clear gel on top of your brows. Second is drawing completely new eyebrows with eyeliner, and third, filling empty spots inside your eyebrows with eyeshadows. 6 years ago was really popular these brows that would be filled right here with dark color and right here with light color. That was the time that I would get the most hate comments on YouTube because my brows was so different from what people usually were seeing on internet. 6 years ago, that was a huge problem because I could not fit myself in the trend. Back then, I had a lot of insecurities. I did not understand how to deal with all this society pressure. Now I do, so I'm not worrying about my makeup anymore at all. The point is trends living and returning, and you can't always chase them. Always find something that fits you. Doesn't matter if it's clear gel or you need to draw your brows from scratch. All you need to know is basic brow structure, and then you can change whatever you want. The basic brow structure is you put pencil right here. This is the beginning of your brow. You put pencil right here. This is the end of your brow. And you put pencil through your pupil. And this is supposed to be the high point of your brow. Brows affecting your face a lot. This is the basic simple structure that I told you, but if you want to change the way you look, you can use brows. If you want to look more innocent and like surprising, you should do round brows. If you want to look more cute, more serious, more modern, you should do straight brows. And if you want to look more, let's say, evil, more like bitchy, you should make this corner a little more angly and put the tail down. Eyes. I think this is the most triggered topic of all makeup, because You always trying this like different types of trendy makeups, and it's not always fitting your eyes. How I said in the beginning, when you understand what your eye shape is, you know what to fix. Again, before, when I had a lot of insecurities and I was trying to follow the trends, I always felt bad about my eyes because they were never fitting into this trend situation. When I analyzed my eyes, I realized that my eyes is looking down. Every time I would go to makeup artists, they would make my face look so freaking sad because of my eye structure. Because they would follow the usual typical rules of makeup, which is completely not for everybody. I was in Maybelline ad and they did makeup for me. I look so freaking sad there. I don't like myself there. So when I understood that my eyes looking down, I realized to like myself more, to feel more confident, I need to push it a little bit up with makeup. And when I started applying wings, I realized that my eyes look even more weird because the distance between my eyes is a little wider than actual eyes. And when I'm making my eyes wider this way, I kind of spreading them even farther away from each other. And only then I realized that I need inner corner for my eye structure. And when I put all these things together, a little liner to put this corner up, a little shadow to hide my hooded eyes, and a little inner corner to put my eyes a little closer together, I could not believe how good my makeup was looking. And it doesn't mean that this makeup will fit you because you're completely different person with completely different eye structure. All you need to do is analyze your eyes to understand what exactly you need to do, and using this technique of shadows and highlights and like widening, make the perfect eye makeup for yourself. But it doesn't mean that you can't repeat trendy makeups. When you're analyzing your face, you kind of know all spots of your eyes and what you need to do with them, so you can actually adjust any trendy makeup. If you have hooded eyes, just add a little bit of shadow on your lid. If you have big space between your eyes, just add inner corner. Whatever is bothering you now, you know how to fix it. And the last is lips. Basically, it's the same as eye makeup. All of us have different shape of lips, and it doesn't mean that exact one process of doing lips is gonna fit everybody. And it means that there is no one perfect way to do lips. If for me, overlining my lips gonna make me look better, for someone gonna make them look a little weird. Analyzing your lip shape and thinking, what can you do? I was measuring my face proportions and comparing it to perfect mask proportions, and I found out that if my upper lip would be a little bit bigger, my face would be more aesthetic, more pleased to look at. It doesn't mean that your face needs to fit to perfect proportions. None of us are perfect. We all a little bit asymmetric. It's called perfect because it's not achievable. But we can use these tools to learn about ourselves and see what we would like more or less. For example, the same perfect mask showed that my eyes need to be a little upper and my forehead smaller, but I kind of did not like myself this way. That's why I did not use this feature. But with my lips, I tried it and I liked it. That's why I took it to my daily makeup. If you like this video, please share this video with your friends. It will help my channel to grow and it will help them to know a little bit more about makeup. And if you like all this makeup talk, I want to invite you to my other social medias. Today is already day 26 of me doing makeup every day, and if you wanna follow me with this my journey, welcome to my description. I will see you in the next video. Love yourself. Bye.